What's up YouTube? I'm here to do my prediction video for UFC Fight Night. Maia versus Ryan LaFlare. Let's start at the bottom. First we got Freddie Soriano versus Bettler Saylor. I'm going to pick Bentley. Both these guys are on the Ultimate Fighter Argentina versus Mexico, and I just think Bentley's got more experience. I know Freddie, I don't think he has any fights under his belt, so I'll pick Bentley. Next we got George de Oliveira versus Cristianos Gigios. I'm going to pick Cristianos. I just think that first fight he had in the UFC against Gilbert Burns was a little bit mismatched. In this fight, I think he'll be able to show off how good he really is. Next is Leonardo Mafra versus Cain Coriasos. And I think this is the same thing. Leonardo Mafra got Rick Story debut, and he's beaten a lot of really good dudes. I just don't think that was a really, it was a little bit of a mismatch. So I'm going to pick Leonardo Mafra. I think he's a pretty solid prospect to watch out for. Next, we got Leonardo Silva versus Drew Dober. And, Leonardo Silva, I think he's alright, but he kind of gasses, and Drew Dober, I think, is going to exploit that. I think come late second, early third, Drew Dober is going to get a finish, either by TKO or like rear naked choke. Next, we got Kevin Souza versus Katsunori Kakuno. Both these guys are really good strikers, but I think Kakuno's better, and I think Kakuno also has much better wrestling. I think the biggest problem Kakuno had in his career was that he was fighting at lightweight, and most of those guys are like a foot taller than him. I think in this fight he's finally going to fight a guy who's about, his size, and the power will be there more just because he's fighting guys more his size. So Kakuno by decision. Next we got Francisco Trinaldo versus Arbac Arolia, and I got Trinaldo. Most of these fights in Brazil, they always kind of give the fights to the Brazilians that, they're not one-sided, but they're definitely always more in favor of the Brazilian winning. So more often than not, the Brazilian's probably going to win these fights. So I'm going to pick Trinaldo. Next we got Godfredo Pepe versus Andre Fili. And I think Fili wins this fight by knockout. I just think he's the much better wrestler, and I don't think Pepe will be able to take it to the ground. And if it stays striking, I think Andre's better there too. So Andre by knockout. Next we got Gilbert Burns versus Alex Oliveira. And Gilbert Burns, his jiu-jitsu is too high level for these no-name guys, I know he was supposed to fight Josh Thompson, but Josh got hurt, but still, Gilbert's jiu-jitsu level is too high for this guy. He's going to win by submission first round. Next fight is Amanda Nunes versus Shania Baszler. And to me, Shania Baszler hasn't looked great for a while, and she's been knocked out a whole bunch of times, as were Amanda Nunes. She's been TKO'd, but that was from ground and pound. She's never been knocked out. And I think the problem with that, her last fight against Kat Zingano, was just she kind of burned herself out, even though she was winning. I think in this fight, the same thing will probably pretty much happen, but Shania Baszler won't be able to take the same type of beating that Kat took. So I think Amanda Nunes is going to win by first round TKO. Next we got Leonardo Santos versus Tony Martin. And to me, this is a fight between two jiu-jitsu guys, and Leonardo Santos is just the much better jiu-jitsu guy, so I think Santos wins by submission. Next is Eric Silva versus Josh Koscheck, and to me, the fact that Josh Koscheck took this fight so quick just shows he's just trying to get out of his contract, because I think this is the last fight on his contract, and I think Eric Silva just wins however he wants. I think Josh Koscheck's eye has never fully recovered from that fight with GSP, and that's why I think he just wants to finish his contract and retire, and that's why Eric Silva will probably get a pretty easy win here, and that's about it for this fight. Next is Demian Maia versus Ryan LaFlare, and I think this fight will be a lot like the Jake Shields fight Demian Maia had, except for I think he'll come out on top. I think it'll be close, but I think Demian Maia wins 3 out of the 2 rounds. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe.